Pardon me, but somebody got to say it. Oh my goodness. What I just uncovered is massive. You got to stay tuned for this one, because if this is allegedly a cover-up, it goes to the highest elites of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. And they're all connected. And I got a bombshell that we all missed. Check it out.
Everybody has an opinion. Yeah. Very few have perspective. Truth doesn't fear questions. History deserves context. Culture deserves understanding. The headlines tell you what happened. We ask why it happened. Why it happened. Welcome.
It's the Part of Me podcast. We back in the building. Shout out to the legends. Shout out to the subscribers. But we got to get right into this. Before I start, I want to get some shout outs to Big Kish, Willie D Live, Nancy Grace, Don Lemon, and any other social media platforms still putting the pressure on this case, still covering the case, still trying to get some justice for Nolan Wells. A lot of things have been said. A lot of things have been shown. Got to show love to the TikTokers as well, Jay Megan, and all these other TikTokers and YouTubers and Instagrammers that's covering this case and trying to find some truth in what's been going on. Shout out to y'all. But let's get right into it. I uncovered something that we all saw, but we missed. We missed it. And I'm here to say, she lied, she lied, she lied. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the Judge, Ashlee Cole. If you remember, when this all first happened, Ashlee Cole, on July 4th, deactivated her social media accounts. They said she got a lawyer, but a few days later, after getting backlash for deactivating her account, she put out a statement. And in that statement, one line stands out to me today. Before I get to that, we got to talk about the connections of all the elites in Ocean Springs. See, these families know each other, from the judges to the doctors to the lawyers to the police. They all know each other. And I'm going to show it to you in this video today. But let's get back to the Judge Ashlee Cole. Because this right here, I don't know the law about a judge, but somebody's lying. And I'll prove it to you. In her official statement she released, look at it. Look at the circled area. Now look at the first sentence of the circled area. What does it say? It says, my husband and I were not on Horn Island at any time on the 4th of July. That's what she said. This statement came out days after Nolan Wells was found dead. But how significant is that statement? Because if that's true, then why would Warren go on an interview and say this?
Hey, I want to clear this up too, because I'm not aware of this. You guys may obviously have more information. Were people uploading, I know we talked about the service issue, but were people uploading onto social media?
I mean, you could.
Not really, though.
You can be.
Realistically, you could.
You could. If you want to sit there,
could.
if you're motivated enough to do it, yeah. Like, I made a phone call to my mom, and I had to call her like 8 times before she picked up, because either her service was bad, she was on the back side of the aisle on the south side, or my service was bad, and it was just hard to get through. But like, if I went and posted a video on Snapchat, like, honestly, I don't think it would like either post or send to somebody.
Oh my goodness. Do I need to play it again?
I made a phone call to my mom, and I had to call her like 8 times before she picked up, because either her service was bad, she was on the back side of the aisle on the south side, or my service was bad, and it was just hard to get through. But like, if I went and posted a video on Snapchat. Like, honestly, I don't think it would like either post or send to somebody. I think
He just said that he had to call his mom 8 times, like 8 times before she answered the phone. He doesn't know if it was her service was bad because she was on the south side of the island. He just placed her on the island. And when he says it, look how Jax looks at him like, what are you doing?
I made a phone call to my mom and I had to call her like 8 times. Either her service was bad, she was on the back side of the aisle on the south side, or my service was bad. And it was just hard to get through. Chat, like, honestly, I don't think it would like either post or.
So Warren just confirmed that his stepmother, Judge Ashlee Cole, was on the island. In her statement, she said that my husband and I were not on Horn Island at any time on July 4th. Well, according to Warren, that ain't true. Oh my goodness. What a bombshell this is, because now, if we can place you on the island, what were you doing? And why did he call you 8 times? Why were you calling your mom 8 times on the 4th of July on Horn Island when you're supposed to be partying and having fun with your friends, getting drunk, as you said in other interviews? Was there an emergency? Did you need to talk to your mom for some specific reason? Warren, tell us more. What happened? What happened on the island where you needed to talk to your mom so bad? And Judge Ashlee Cole, why did you lie? Why did you tell us all that you were not on the island in an official statement? And it goes further than that. Turns out the police went to the judge's house that night on July 4th. Listen to this.
The police is going to the judge house. The police is going to the judge house. The police is going to the judge house. Yeah, y'all get off in the building, man. This is a real quick video. I just want y'all to hear this little audio. You know what I'm saying? This is an audio on, y'all see the date? Y'all see the date on here? They got these dates on here, but it's supposed to be the date of the phone call. Y'all see the time? And these police is headed to the judge house, y'all. And why would these police officers be going to the judge house? Huh? Look at the date. Look at the time. The judge was on that boat. Let's go.
Negative, we're en route to the judge's house now. Negative, we're en route to the judge's house now. You said y'all are en route to the judge's house or from the judge's house? En route to the judge's house. Asking for I key up on you. Appreciate it. 10-4.
Yo, if y'all didn't hear it, one of the police say, en route to the judge's house. The other man on the other end come back and say, are you leaving the judge house or you're heading to the judge house? He said he's heading to the judge house. Why? Man, this judge is all over this motherfucking case, y'all. The judge is all over this case. I'm telling you, it's signs that she on the boat. We know she the first one to jump out there. We know the hotline going to her phone. We supposedly, allegedly, the boat pole has been cleaned out her house.
Now tell us all, please. Why did the police go to your house that night? Warren and these kids have done multiple interviews, and not one time have they said the police went to your house. Warren, you haven't said that. If you did, I missed it. But why did they go to your house on the night of July 4th? What was the reason? Now we can tell by their talking in the video that they know the judge, because the police in this city, they know the judge. She's probably well known in the city along with these kids. But my question is, why did they go to your house? And it gets deeper than that, because we know this is a small, tight-knit community, as Trayston told us. Let's listen to what Trayston said in his first interview.
I know y'all remember this.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Any corruption and cover-up starts with your connections.
Ocean Springs is gonna have Ocean Springs back.
And guess what town the DA lives in? Ocean Springs.
I understand the public's urgency to know what happened to Nolan, but we are not taking time for time's sake.
The Mississippi Rising Coalition recently posted this with questions on Facebook for the DA. One question, does the DA have any personal relationships with the friend's parents? And the second one, because she's involved in a lot of these local women's groups, even women's Republican groups, does she have any connection with Judge Ashlee Cole? And would that be a conflict of interest? And asking if she should recuse herself from an investigation involving a child of one of her professional colleagues.
Are we serious? So not only does the judge live there and the police know the judge, as we should know, the DA lives in Ocean Springs as well. And we're pretty sure that the DA knows the judge, who knows the police, and so on and so forth. And what does Trayston mean? You don't know who you're dealing with. Ocean Springs gonna have Ocean Springs back. Oh, we know exactly what you mean. We're watching it play out in real time right now. From the investigation, to the autopsy, to the lack of information, to the story being spun, to the pictures, the videos, and the family still not knowing what actually happened to their son. That's what he means by Ocean Springs gonna have Ocean Springs back. And we don't know who we're dealing with, because they're all connected. Check this out.
We got a governor who comes out immediately during a murder investigation and says, we see no foul play. Some people thought that was suspicious, but it turns out that the governor is actually friends with one of the persons who is suspected of being involved, parents.
I definitely smell a cover-up. This case is taking a turn. So what you see is Governor Tate Reeves of Mississippi. Who is he beside? Well, I'm glad that you asked. To your right is Bart Edmiston Sr., Bart's father. And to your left, that's Elizabeth Edmiston. These are Bart's parents. Now, why is this information important? I'm glad that you asked. Elizabeth Edmiston was appointed to the Mississippi Board of Health by Governor Tate Reeves. Could the governor be covering for his friends? Tate Reeves also, by the way, was part of a racist fraternity. They did the racist Confederate themed activities. Photos included fraternity members who appeared to be wearing blackface, Confederate flags, and Confederate military uniforms. Tell me, what y'all think about this photo? I believe that something big is about to happen in Mississippi. A lot is going to be uncovered with this Nolan Wells case. I just hate that he had to pass away for the corruption to be revealed.
Oh my goodness. So we got the DA, we got the judge, we got the police, we got the governor, and we got Bart's parents, one who was given a job by the governor, and the other who's the father, who's an ex-NFL player, one of the elites of the city. This ain't looking good. This is not looking good.
What does a personal connection, or when does a personal connection become a legal conflict in your opinion?
Right here, right now, we have all the makings of a cover-up.
Boom. Now that, you know what? Now, we are making progress, because I stood there the whole time and I said, this is what it is. But you were reluctant to say that. You were extremely reluctant to say that. And I'm gonna tell you, man, for you to come around and hear that evidence, to see how things are stacking up, for you to actually change your position, most people will not change their position. They'll stand on that hill. They don't give a damn what evidence is presented. They're going to stand on that hill. For you to hear this new findings and to be able to say, they're in trouble, it says a lot about your character.
Is this a citywide cover-up? Are they all covering for each other? What do y'all think? Because we've already talked about how bad it looks. We've already talked about the pictures and the videos and the lies that we caught them in. We've already talked about how much talking they're doing, but none of it is making sense. Now we see that the judge was on the island per her own son saying that. And now we get these connections from the higher-ups and the families in the same city. This is out of control.
Thank you. I've always tried to call balls and strikes, right? I've always tried to be objective from a legal standpoint. I always say that again and again, right? This is a problem. This is a problem out the gate. You are on the money, okay? The fact of the matter is too many politicians, too many elected officials are tied way too close to too many potential, if not outright, suspects. That's what you have here. That's as clear as day. Now, what that means, people are going to have different opinions, but the conflict is glaring. This is problematic on a lot of levels for the state, for the county, for these individuals, and the longer they stay voluntarily tied to this investigation, the worse it is for them, because they are held to a greater public scrutiny. They're held to higher burdens that we can really dive into their past.
That's significant, because if you've been watching Willie D and that lawyer, he's been on the side of, I don't see anything right now. I don't think the kids had nothing to do with it because there's no proof. But all of a sudden, now he's saying we have the clear signs for a cover-up. A lot of people on the internet been saying it. We've been pointing out a lot of things, but that's significant because he's not just a regular guy. This is getting big, and this goes higher than we ever thought. This is bigger than we could imagine as far as who's involved, why they're involved, and why the story has been given to us the way it's been given to us. The lack of evidence, the family not knowing what's going on, and them trying to get defamation claims against people for trying to get information about the investigation. Everybody's been picking apart the interviews. Everybody's been talking about what they're saying and what they're doing. And now it's all starting to make sense. What are we looking at? And then you have one of the lawyers of the boys promoting the liquor that's owned by Brandon Tatum. So let me get this straight. Brandon Tatum is being used to do these interviews with the boys. Then they have defamation lawyers come out and do an interview with him as well. And then the lawyers go on Nancy Grace, and she's cutthroat with him, asking direct questions, expecting direct answers. But if you pay attention in the background, the lawyer's promoting two things. On one side, Carl Cox, his law firm, and on the other side, a bottle of liquor facing the camera. And what is it? It's the liquor owned by Brandon Tatum himself. Now, if that's not a conflict of interest, what is? So you mean to tell me that Brandon Tatum, who been running around doing all this hoopla, defending, lying, disrespecting, everything involved in this case, he's in bed with the lawyers? Because you ain't got to take my word for it. The liquor bottle says it itself. And if you don't know what Verdict liquor is, just go look it up. It's Brandon Tatum's liquor. Go to one of his videos. He has a bottle of it sitting behind him as well, promoting his own liquor. Now, ain't that something? Let's go on. It gets deeper.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and something I just can't get past is the CTO video that Officer Race Tatum shared. Now, something that's odd about it, which we know, is that there's no audio. Why not include audio? Also, why do none of them have life jackets on? Also, why would they not get off a sinking boat onto the boat that was taking the video of them sinking? Why is that video of them sinking? Wouldn't there be a longer part to that video? Also, Cito, Wyatt, we're on the phone together, right, with Vicky. At the same time, Jerry, the grandpa, was on a call with Captain Seth Ward. Why would Jerry be on the call? Why would they cancel the Cito call? Now, we know that Fart Jr. gave them a tow in, but if I'm the grandfather, wouldn't I rather have Cito give them the tow in than somebody with just like a piece of string? Jerry is on the call with Seth Ward saying no tow is needed. So is it possible that this is an alibi phone call? Like Captain Seth never said the tow isn't needed because they have help. It just was canceled. Why would you cancel that tow?
Yeah, and why is the clip so short? If you wanted to show us something, show us a longer clip. We've already broke that clip down with them looking down at this particular object on the floor. We see something come up on the side, but why does it look so scripted? Who pulls out their phone while the boat is sinking from the boat that's supposed to be saving you and does a panning shot of the boat? Make it make sense. And like Sam said, wouldn't you get off the boat if it was sinking? You're taking on water and get on the boat that's not sinking just for safety? Or wouldn't you have on a life vest if the boat is sinking just for safety? And another thing we missed, why does the kid standing up have a glove on his left hand? Look at the picture. Somebody with a boat, tell me what that means? Why is he wearing that glove? Pretty random. And another question, why did the grandfather call and cancel the Cito? That don't make sense to me, unless he was there himself. Because first, how did you know they were sinking? Did somebody call you and tell you that they were sinking? And then, how did you know they can cancel it? How did you know they didn't need Cito anymore? Because you're on the phone with the captain at the same time that Wyatt's on the phone with Cito, canceling the call? Now, if you ask me and you just put two and two together, if I'm at home, I don't know what's going on, and they call me and say the boat is sinking, the last thing I'm going to do is call and cancel the Cito. What makes sense to me is, was the grandfather on that other boat? Because unless you see what's going on, I don't understand why you would cancel a Cito when they say the boat is taking on water and they're going down. That doesn't make any sense to me.
And can you imagine Wyatt being like, no, we're good. We're going to have one of our buddies tow us in. The grandfather would have insisted that Cito come and tow them. Why did the grandfather cancel Cito? Jerry only called the captain to say they don't need a tow, cancel it. It sounds like more like a personal call, cancel it, because one of the friends' alleged drunk buddies is going to tow him in on a piece of dental floss. Does that make sense to you at all? And again, if they're on a sinking boat, why is there like 7 of them on the boat posing?
If we go back to that video, and I'm going to show you another photo, side by side, of what that boat has in it. Now, if the boat was taking on water, it would look like it's going down. In that video, it does not look like it's going down. And that video does not match the frantic call of Wyatt saying the boat's taking on water and it's going down. And all the hoopla going on in the background with people screaming, oh my God, is he dead? That video does not match that call.
To connect you.
And furthermore, look what the boat looks like. Look at the compartments in this boat. and then look at them looking down at the same area where these compartments would be. I don't know about y'all, but I find that suspicious. Was that call an alibi call? Why did they wait 7 hours to tell that Nolan was missing on day one? Why did the judge delete her social media on day one before anybody knew what happened to Nolan Wells? Why did Warren say he told the mom about the phone? Turns out he only told her because she mentioned Life 360 and he had no choice but to tell her because she tracked the phone right where he was at. Why is there an item that pops up on the boat alongside that same area where they're staring down at? And why doesn't the phone call match the video that they say is happening at the same time? And who took the video? Who was on the other boat? Why take the video? And why did the grandpa cancel the CETO? I'm not understanding any of these things. The only thing that makes sense to me is this was done for a particular reason. And the reason was not because the boat was sinking. Because in them pictures, in the video, it does not look like the boat is sinking. Even on the audio, Wyatt says the boat's sinking, but in the background, it sounds like there's something way different going on. Let me know what y'all think about this, because it looks like this alleged cover-up is way deeper and involves way more people than we realize. But when you talk too much, you put your foot in your mouth. And when you're not all on the same page with your story, you start to make holes in it. And everybody can see it because nobody told you guys to start talking. You decided to defend yourself, but you said you're innocent. So what are you defending yourself against? All we got to do is listen. All we got to do is pay attention, because a guilty conscience usually tells on itself. But what I do know is it looks like the judge lied and she was on the island. And it looks like all the elites in Ocean Springs are all in cahoots with each other. And they're a tight-knit family. Like Tristan said, Ocean Springs gonna look out for Ocean Springs. We don't know who we dealing with. Maybe he was right. Maybe he was right. This is bigger than we thought. Ocean Springs gonna look out for Ocean Springs. Well, that means that we can't stop. And we gotta do our best to look out for Nolan Wells, because this has gotten crazy. Like, comment, subscribe. Hype this video, hype this video, hype this video. Share this video, because this is a bombshell. Was the judge on the island? Was she there? And if so, how does that change things? What's the story now? Where was the grandfather? Who else is involved? This is getting deeper and deeper. It's the Part of Me Podcast. We gone.